Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel, and in this video I'll be showing you the 6 places where money resides. But if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, I would like you to please subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much if you've done that. Alright, let's go into the main video. So number 1, money resides in God. You see, there was a time in history when many people believed that poverty is one of the marks of true Christianity, and even till date we still have people who uphold such beliefs. As a matter of fact, there were some who were prosperous before they met Jesus, but they had to denounce their prosperity just to conform to this very faulty and erroneous belief. This made a lot of people to associate Christianity with poverty, and it was in such seasons cliches such as "you are as poor as a church rat" was formulated. However, mental deliverance began to come to people when they began to encounter scriptures such as Haggai chapter 2 verse 8 that says, "The gold is mine and the silver is mine, saith the Lord." So people began to realize that salvation does not only grant you access to heaven, but it also grants you access to the other bounties that are resident in God. And one of such bounties is called prosperity. And on the grounds of that mental deliverance, today we have a lot of financial giants that are springing up from the church. So you need to realize that money resides in God, and obedience to his financial laws is one of the ways you can walk in the reality of it. Number 2, money resides in opportunities. Opportunities are simply favorable or advantageous circumstances that provide the possibility for progress, success, and improvement. They are ladders and doorways to newer levels of life. Unfortunately, many people have been unable to access money because of their inability to recognize and take advantage of certain opportunities that came their way. So for instance, there are some people who saw certain landed properties when they were at a very cheap and ridiculous amount, but they never saw it as an opportunity to invest into it and make some money for themselves because they perceived it was never going to do well. But few years down the line, massive development came to that area of geography, and the prices of properties skyrocketed drastically. And you see a lot of these people regretting why they did not buy those properties when they were at a more cheaper rate. Listen to me, there are certain opportunities that keeps flying around you today that will become a source of a lifetime regret if you do not take advantage of them. I heard of a true life story of a pastor who wanted to start up a ministry, so he needed a land. And God so kind, he met a landlord who had 6 plots of land, and the man decided to rent out 1 plot to the pastor. Few years later, the landlord had a very severe challenge that he urgently needed to sort out, and so he came to the pastor and he told the pastor that this land you are renting is way more than 400,000 naira, but I am in a dire need of money, and so I'm willing to sell the land for you at the rate of 400,000 naira. So the pastor took the matter to his board of trustees and he told them, "I really do not want to take advantage of this man by buying his land in such a season when he is in a very severe challenge, so I would rather borrow the money to him." But 2 of his members of his board of trustees, who were business people, told him, they said, "Sir, this man does not want a loan. Rather, he wants to sell his property. Why don't we give him the 400,000 naira and secure the land, because a season may come when this ministry will need its own land." But the pastor never listened, and he went ahead and borrowed the money to the landlord. Eventually, the landlord sorted out his challenges, and after a while, he paid back the money. Few years later, the pastor's church grew, and now they needed to buy a land. And so the pastor met the landlord and he told him, "Sir, concerning the discussion we had some years back, I think we are now ready to buy your land." And the landlord replied, "I will never sell my land, not for any reason, because I have reserved it as an inheritance for my children." He said, "When I had a challenge, I came to you to sell what I have to get what I want. But rather than buying my product, you decided to borrow me the money, and I've paid you back. Right now, I don't have any reason whatsoever why I should sell my land to anyone." And the pastor left there in utter regret because he just realized that he had missed an opportunity. Please learn this wisdom today, that your opportunity will come in form of a problem in other people's life, and when they come, never be sentimental about it. Rather, take advantage of it because your money is residing in that opportunity. Number 3, money resides in potentials. Potentials are simply the natural gifts God deposited in you when He was creating you. They are simply the inherent abilities God bestowed within you, with which you will use to offer value to mankind. And potentials express themselves in different forms, such as singing, writing, speaking, crafting, dancing, and so on and so forth. And you need to realize that there's an incredible dimension of wealth that is locked up in your potential, but it is only the recognition, the refining, and the excellent delivery of it that will grant you access to the unimaginable dimension of wealth that lies therein. And it is imperative I state at this point that recognizing your potentials begins by realizing that although you were born naked, but you were not born empty, because there's a precious gift God deposited in every individual He created before dispatching them into the world. And this is one of the reasons why nobody have a right to remain poor, because there is a gold mine on the inside of everyone. This is what a lot of people understood, and they decided to take the potential that is within them and refine it and excellently deploy it. And today, some of those people are making millions and probably billions out of their potentials. So wake up and begin to search by the help of the Spirit the potentials that God have deposited within you, because your prosperity is tied to it. Number 4, money resides in people. You see, human beings are custodians of multifarious dimensions of possibilities, and one of such possibilities is called money. There are over 8 billion people on the surface of the earth today, and all of these people are financial reservoirs. But the reason why the money that resides in them is not flowing towards your direction is simply because you lack the ability of solving their problems. You see, problem solving is one of the strategies for compelling the money that is residing in people to begin to gravitate towards you. There's a scientist called Sir Isaac Newton, and he propounded some laws called the laws of motion. And the first law states that a body will continue to remain in its present state of rest or uniform motion unless it is acted upon by an external force. What that simply means is that an object will continue to remain in a fixed position, but when an external force acts upon it, it will migrate from that position to another position. By extension, it simply means that money will continue to reside in people until an external force called problem solving comes to change its position from residing in people to residing in you. So for instance, your money will continue to remain with you, but when you fall sick, the doctor introduces an external force called treatment, and the money that is residing in you will migrate and begin to reside in the doctor. So problem solving is the key that grants you access to the money that resides in people. Number 5, money resides in problems. You see, problems are invitations for a financial reward, and your ability to solve them is the key that will grant you access to the financial fortunes that lies therein. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have a faulty perception about problems. They see problems as a barrier and one of the reasons why they are financially impoverished. But in the actual sense, problems are the gateways that lead to your financial fortune. Fortunately enough, there are more problems on earth than you can ever imagine. And what that simply means is that there are more opportunities for accessing money than you can ever imagine. Every individual who continues to genuinely attract money to themselves have trained up themselves to take advantage of the problems that they see around them by providing solutions to them. So a landlord continues to attract money to himself by providing solutions to the problem of shelter that is in other people's life. A medical doctor continues to attract money to himself by providing a solution to the health problems that are in other people's life. The food seller continues to attract money to herself by providing a solution to the hunger problems that are in other people's life. So rather than complaining about the problems that you see around you, begin to think about which of those problems you can begin to offer solutions to, because your wealth is connected to the problem you are able to solve. Number 6, money resides in ideas. You see, ideas are the solutions your mind creates for the problems your eyes see and your ears hear. And many times when God is about to bring you into a realm of notable wealth, one of the things he does is to drop an idea in your spirit, and when you execute that idea, the wealth that God have prepared for you will begin to naturally gravitate towards you. When you ask every genuine millionaires and billionaires how they were able to accrue such level of wealth, they will tell you that at some season in their life an idea dropped in their mind, and when they executed that idea, it opened them up to a world of financial fortune. So you need to begin to pay attention to every God-given idea that drops into your heart, because it might be God's way of attempting to bring you into a realm of notable financial fortune. I believe you have been enlightened by this video. Please like the video and drop a comment. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video.